Hi, my name is Mrs. Overish, and I'm so glad you're here to learn with me today. Today we're going to be talking about different ecosystems. Do you know what an ecosystem is? An ecosystem is where different plants and animals and people live. Different weather happens in different ecosystems. Some ecosystems are cold all the time. Some of them are warm all the time, and some of them have a combination. Kind of like where we live, where we have cold winter months, but warm summer days. We're going to be talking specifically today about the ocean ecosystem. You're going to get to see pictures of animals that live in the ocean, plants that are able to grow underwater, and then we're going to talk about if we went on an adventure through the ocean, what kind of things might we need? Let's go ahead and get started. All right. First, we're going to read a poem together. Our poem is called Deep Blue Sea. Sea is just another word for ocean. I took a dive into the deep blue sea. So many creatures swam past me. A father seahorse taking care of his young. A humpback whale, a lovely song he sung. A playful dolphin frolicking about. A wise old sea turtle had his head poked out. Then a shark came by with his teeth so white. I swam so fast until he was out of sight. We're going to look at some pictures together today that show some of these different animals that we just talked about in our poem. Let's take a look. So here we have our ocean ecosystem. The things that live in the ocean are able to live underwater. Our plants are able to grow underwater. Let's take a look at these pictures here first. What are some things that you notice about these different pictures? I notice our bright coral growing on the ocean floor. I notice some of this looks like seagrass growing along the ocean floor, and then some kelp or seaweed growing up tall. I see with our pictures of all the bright colors that it almost looks sunny. It almost looks bright. Our plants that are able to grow really big and bright are plants that aren't that far from the top of the ocean. Whereas this picture, our plant is not as bright. It's a little bit more brown. It's growing straight up and down. That's because down here it's not getting very much light. What are some things that you notice about these pictures right over here? I notice the smoothness or the calmness of the ocean in this picture. And then I notice the big wave crashing in this picture. I see that we have our sand on the beach. And then also I see sand down here on the ocean floor. So the sand doesn't just stop at the end of the beach. It keeps going all the way to the bottom of the ocean. I see that in all of our pictures, our ocean is very blue and bright and very pretty. If we look down here at these pictures, what are some things that you see? Do you see any of the animals that we read about in our poem? I see a sea turtle that we read about in our poem, and that shark when we swam away. We also see a seahorse. Our poem talked about a humpback whale, but here we have a different kind of whale. We have a seal and we have an octopus. Some really cool animals live in the ocean, and they're able to live in the water, and some of them need to come up for air. Let's look at our last four pictures together. What are some things that we notice about what some of the people are wearing? I notice in this picture where they're on a boat that all of them are wearing life jackets. Do you know why we wear life jackets? We wear life jackets to keep us safe when we're near water. It helps us stay floating on top of the water. I also see that in these pictures that they're all wearing swimsuits. I think they know they were gonna swim and get wet that day, so they all wore their swimsuits to the beach and on the boat. What do you see about these two pictures? These people are scuba diving. That means that they are able to go under the water and they're able to breathe through an air tank. We see that they have goggles on, flippers on to help them swim. Their arms and their legs are covered. He's even wearing gloves. We're gonna make a list of some things that we might need if we went on an adventure through the ocean. What's something that you think we would need if we ever went to the ocean? I think we would definitely need a swimsuit. I'm gonna draw some swim trunks and a swimsuit. What are some other things that you might want other than your swimsuit if you went to the ocean? Anytime we know that we're gonna get wet, we probably wanna bring a towel. So we might wanna bring a beach towel with us if we ever went to the ocean to make sure we were prepared. All of these pictures look really sunny. So what are some things that we need when it's really sunny out? Maybe a hat or some sunglasses. We might also want to bring some sunscreen. What are some other things that we might need in an adventure through the ocean? I think we have everything if we were to stay up on the beach. But what if we were to go on a boat or even under the water? What are some things that we would need? If we were to go on a boat, we might want to bring a life jacket to keep us safe. If we were to go under the water, we might want to bring big goggles, like the ones that our scuba divers have on. We might also want to wear flippers to help us swim. What are some other things that you can think of that you would want if we ever went on an adventure through the ocean? Today we talked about all the different things that we might see in the ocean. Some of the animals like a shark, some of the plants like seaweed that we might see if we went into the ocean. You also helped me make a list of things that we might need if we went on an adventure through the ocean. My name is Mrs. Overish, and I'll see you next time.